Garrison, what's this off-season been like for you?
It's been good. It's been, a lot of. I've been staying here mostly, working with the coaches. Steve, who's going down, be the head coach of the G League, and then so Ashton Smith's taking over for him with me. So just working out those guys, and try to continue to get better.
What's it been like, even if it's been a short amount of time, working with some new teammates?
It's been great. I think we've got a really good squad. I think we all connect. We hang out outside the locker room. I think it'll be interesting to see.
Hey Garrison, last year you mentioned working with Kyle Korver throughout the offseason, and it seems like it paid off as you finished top 5 in three-point percentage. Did you continue your work with him as well this offseason?
Yeah, Kyle's around, so he helps out whenever he can. He's one of the greats, shooting wise, and just anything I can take from him, whether it be something small that I can adjust to or something big, I do as much as I can to listen to him and try to be as best as I can. And he's great, and he's a great teacher.
And then with your work with him last season, I remember you mentioned balance was a big key point. Were there any key points that you had this year working, or was it just trying to build on the success you had shooting the ball this season?
Yeah, balance has always been a big thing for me, and something they always harp on with me is when I'm coming off screens and you're moving quick, you got to be able to have balance. So just continuing to improve that, as best I can, because that's super important for me.
Hey Garrison, you mentioned shooting on the move with balance. What can you say to guys like young guys like Zachary Visachet, who has a strong three-point shot coming into the league, but maybe can be even more lethal shooting on the move and with more volume?
Yeah, it'll be an adjustment. These guys in the league, they guard and they'll chase you off screens, especially if they know. Fighting over screens, it'll be tough. So just being able to keep that balance and keep that strength, especially with bigger guys, it'll be important. He can shoot it though. I'll tell you what, he's been shooting well in OTAs. So.
Hey Garrison, so obviously you were able to get into the rotation after some injuries last year, and you're able to be a mainstay throughout the season. So can you just talk about coming into this season, what do you feel like with the new pieces that you can bring to this team and still bring that value and maybe even some leadership as well as guys been in the league a little longer for the young guys?
Yeah, we definitely got a younger squad, and now coming up on my 6th year, I've been around, I've done a lot, played a lot, I've sat on the bench, I've kind of seen a little bit of everything, and just, I think with these young guys, it's important to, stay patient, and compete. Competing is one of the biggest things, and if you don't compete every single night, then it's going to be tough to stay in this league.
Welcome back, Garrison. David B with the Afro. I saw a very interesting stat about something that you do that maybe no one else in the NBA can match, and that's drawing 3-point fouls and converting 4-point plays. You have a higher rate of drawing fouls on threes than anyone but James Harden. So I'm curious, is that something you work on? Are you figuring out how to draw fouls when you're coming off screens, or do you think it's just people respect you as a shooter, so they're just trying to fly by?
I think they definitely respect me as a shooter, but it's also I jump forward pretty far on my shot, so if you're closing out hard and I'm jumping towards you, I think it's hard to get out of the way. It's not necessarily something I work on. It's just something I feel like I developed over time, and especially with people knowing I shoot the ball, it's just kind of falling that way.
Hey again, Garrison. During the offseason, you, Trey, and Jalen trained and had some runs over with Chris Johnson. How did that experience help you guys grow as individuals, but also as teammates?
Anytime you can spend some time with teammates outside of the season, it's important. Building chemistry, and then just hanging out with them. Obviously they're out in LA, and I try to come out there and hang out with them for a few days and play, and I think it's important in a chemistry.
Thank you.
Is that all?